We're Roger and Michelle, Romy. 8 years ago, we bought a 40-foot aluminum trawler to cruise the Thousand Islands, and it's been amazing. Now, it's 2024, and we're ready for more. We are setting out on a new adventure, so come aboard as we travel the Great Loop and plan a hop over to beautiful Bahamas. In this episode, we learn what not to do when running a jenny on a dock. We depart Lock 18 Hastings, encountering a massive obstacle that has us wondering, are we trapped? We experience the iconic Peterborough lift lock and make it to Lock 24 Duoro. Okay, just listen. Yeah, I would never stay at the bottom of Lock 18. It's just loud. It's just very loud. I did have a remarkably good sleep though. Could have been all the sun we got yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But I would stay at the top, just not at the bottom.
Okay, I'm one block from the lock, from where the boat is moored for the night, the blue line, Lock 18. And Hastings is the name of the town, and it is 100% worth a stop because within one block, just one block, you have literally a beer store, an LCBO, which is where you buy your liquor in Ontario. So those two are across the street from each other. There's a post office, there's a bank. There is a home hardware and a Value Mart, which is for groceries. You also have a restaurant, a pizza place, a coffee shop. So pretty much whatever you need, you can get Hastings within one block. So it's worth a stop. Worth a stop?
Got all the supplies I need.
What did we learn today?
That bow thrusters and weeds don't go together.
Well, that was yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
But true, very true.
It is true.
Your feet are filthy.
Really? Oops. Glad I'm putting it all over the furniture then.
Between locks 18 and 19 is Rice Lake. It's known for its weeds. When we left Lock 18, the lockmaster warned us that the weeds were bad. Never in our wildest imaginations could we have pictured this massive floating weed bed ahead of us. And we had to go through it. There was no way around it. We are so incredibly fortunate that only minutes earlier, the Kawartha Voyager cruise ship that we passed and waved to ended up carving out a path through these weeds for us. It felt like a race against time as we painstakingly navigated through the narrow channel, praying we would make it through before it closed up, leaving us literally trapped. It didn't, and we made it. Others are not so lucky.
We're usually cruising at 7.5 miles per hour. We're down to 4.5 miles per hour going through this mess.
You know, like you think you've seen weeds, you haven't seen weeds.
asked the local fisherman, like, does it get better? And he said, no, the weeds are just starting to grow. So I think that I'm really thankful that we did come through early in the season. I really don't know how you would do it any later. Like that was a tough patch of weeds. So almost this whole stretch after Rice Lake that I've been driving, it just dawned on me that I have not been using the chart plotter, not been using paper charts, nothing, just, following the channel markers. A little old school like maybe, but this is a pretty well-traveled waterway and the channel markers are pretty reliable. And it feels good. Sometimes when we're focused on the chart plotter, you're missing all the beautiful scenery around you. And here, it's pretty easy to just stay in the channel and enjoy nature, enjoy the ride.
So the sea strainer is a little clogged up with weeds, so we better clear those out before we continue on with the journey. Just take off those 4 bolts, pops out, clean it out, and we're good for another run, because that will plug up soon enough and our engine will overheat. So you have to watch out when you're going through weeds that it doesn't get sucked up into the engine. And that's what the strainer is all about, to stop those from going into the engine.
Okay, talk to me, hon.
So remind me that I turned off the shut-off valve to the engine cooling, because I just just cleaned the sea strainer. So I want to make sure the seals are good on the strainer. So if you turn off the source of the water should stay in the sea strainer. If it doesn't, there's a leak. So remind me before we start the engine to turn it back on.
Okay. Good morning. So, not a bad night's sleep. You can see the water rushing behind me. Actually, I really like that sound. And the boat rocked pretty good. And, but I did not really appreciate the 2:15 a.m. Kids walking down to the end of the blue line dock, we'll call it, and hanging out there with their flashlights and talking and smoking up. So that kind of put a damper on things. Did not exactly sleep all night through. Too bad. Yeah. So you can see a little bit of rain this morning. Not sure how the day's going to turn out. We'll find out.
So I was wondering why the power was off to the coffee maker and charging devices and so on. I thought it was the power bar kick and breaker, but I flipped that, didn't work. Tried different things, didn't work. And I plugged in the...
Okay, because you've got the Jenny going.
Well, yeah.
Well, you got the Jenny going over here.
I thought the Jenny had turned off. Then I said, well, maybe the Jenny popped a fuse or a breaker on the Jenny. So I came out to look at it, checked it all out. It's running fine. And I said, hey, it's missing something. The extension cord that I was using. The boat moved backwards and unplugged the extension cord, and the extension cord was in the water.
That's probably not good.
That's probably not good. And we won't be doing this again. I think I'll get working on the inverter I bought for this purpose, so I wouldn't have to run the Jenny. I'm going to hook that inverter up to the lithium batteries. I'm pretty sure that project is moving higher on the list of things to do.
I've hard-boiled some eggs. Do you remember last year when there was that trick going around the internet on how to take the shells off a hard-boiled egg? You tap it 3 times on the skinny side, 3 times on the upper side, and then you peel away like a loony size bit at the top. Just a sec. I'm trying. Okay, then let's do that. Okay, so now I blow, and I blow hard. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Okay, just showered in the lake, of course. And time to break out the old Canadian maple whiskey with new friends at Lock 24. So this lock is just great. We had like a lock full of people going up, and we had a great time all together having drinks, and that's part of the fun of it's part of the fun of boating, is having this social atmosphere and a social meet and greet.
I learned a lot today. That you let inexperienced boaters go first.
Oh, yes. Oh, so true.
And you hang back. And you
Until
wait
it's,
till they're actually tied up before going in.
you wait till it's safe.
Wait till it's safe, essentially, yes.
Yeah.
A couple of times I came in hot and one boat wasn't tied up properly. Got close, but it wasn't bad. But hindsight, I should have laid back just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were an effective team.
In the next episode, we get creative as we learn to deal with goose poop.